Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We have got some absolutely mind-blowing Days of Our Lives spoilers to unpack today, covering March 2nd through March 13th. And let me tell you, Salem is about to be turned upside down. We're talking about a resurrection that's going to shatter hearts, a hostage situation that's bringing out the hero in the most unlikely person in a DiMera family secret. So dark, it might just destroy Johnny forever. Grab your coffee. Get comfortable, because we are diving deep into the drama, the resurrection of Lexie Carver, a blessing or a curse. Okay, let's start with the elephant in the room, or should I say, the body in the glowing pod. For weeks now, we've been watching EJ, Gwen, and the always creepy Dr. Rolf tinkering away in that secret lab. We all assumed it was Stefano, right? I mean, the guy has more lives than a cat. But the spoilers are hinting at something even more shocking. And honestly, more emotionally devastating, it's Lexie Carver. Can we just take a moment to process this? EJ brings Paulina down to that lab, probably thinking he's in control, and he drops this atomic bomb on her. Here is the woman who was Abe's great love, the mother of his son, the woman who held a special place in so many Salem hearts, and she's just waking up. Paulina's face is going to be priceless, and by priceless, I mean absolutely horrified. Now, here's where I need to put on my analyst hat, because a lot of fans are saying, oh great, another Rolf resurrection? How original. But let's rewind about 12 years. Lexie didn't just die of old age. She died from a brain tumor caused by toxic fumes during that kidnapping by Andre back in 2012. She died in Abe's arms at a picnic. It was one of the most heartbreaking deaths in Day's history. But here's my theory. What if Rolf, in his twisted genius, cryogenically preserved her? What if he's been waiting all these years for a cure? And let's talk about the casting news. The incredible Nikki Crawford is stepping into those iconic shoes. That's huge. She has some big shoes to fill, but I have a feeling she's going to bring a fresh, powerful energy to Lexie. But here's the question that's keeping me up at night. What is EJ's angle here? Come on. This is EJ DiMera. We're talking about he doesn't do anything out of the goodness of his heart. My personal take on EJ's motives, I think this is all about revenge on Paulina. Think about it. EJ hates Palin. He blames her for keeping him from Johnny and his grandson. He's been seething ever since she became mayor. What better way to destroy her than to bring back the one woman who could make Abe question everything? This isn't about family reunion. This is about psychological warfare. And honestly, it's brilliant. It's cruel. It's manipulative. And it's so perfectly EJ. But let's think about the fallout. When Lexie wakes up, the world she knew is gone. Her son Theo is a grown man. Her husband is engaged to someone else. The spoilers say Theo's going to have a million questions. And he's going to grill EJ, and rightfully so. But imagine the emotional turmoil for Theo. He finally had a handle on his life. He was finding his place in the world, and now his mom, who he mourned not once, but twice in 2012. And again, when she appeared as a ghost to Abe in 2021, is suddenly standing in front of him. That is a level of psychological trauma that no amount of therapy can fix. And poor Abe, this man has been through the ringer. He lost Lexie. He was in a coma. He had amnesia, and now he's finally happy with Paulina. But can he really choose Paulina over the resurrected love of his life? That's the million-dollar question. Some spoilers even suggest Theo might face a medical crisis. Could it be that Lexie comes back only to have to sacrifice herself for her son? That would be a tragedy of epic proportion. And honestly, exactly the kind of gut punch this show loves to deliver. I'm genuinely worried for Paulina. She's a fighter. She's a survivor. But how do you fight a ghost made flesh? Johnny's world implodes, the truth about his conception. Okay, switching gears to a story that is breaking my heart. Johnny DiMera. This poor guy's life is falling apart at the seams. On one hand, he's dealing with the absolute disaster of that adoption luncheon. You know, the one where Gabi stormed in with a gun and ruined any chance he and Chanel had of adopting Sophia's baby. That alone would be enough to send anyone over the edge. But oh no, Salem has so much more in store for him. The spoilers say Johnny is furious and his life is a mess. And you know what? That's the understatement of the century. He's just found out the devastating truth about his own conception, that he is the product of his father's rape of Sami. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't just finding out your dad lied to you. This is an existential crisis. He's looking in the mirror and questioning his very existence. Every time he sees his own face, he's going to see that violent act. Now, I want to take a moment to connect this to history. This secret has been buried for over a decade. Sami has carried this trauma for years. EJ has spent all that time trying to be the good DiMera, trying to be a father to his children. But this secret, this violent, horrible act, is the one thing he can never come back from. Kate was the one who dropped this bomb on Johnny. And while she might have thought she was doing the right thing, the fallout is going to be catastrophic. My prediction on Johnny's reaction: I don't see how Johnny can ever forgive this. His entire identity is shattered. He's a DiMera, yes, but now he knows the horrific foundation that family was built on. And with Chanel by his side, he might just decide to burn the whole legacy to the ground. This is going to be the performance of a lifetime for Carson Boatman. And I cannot wait to see him tear into EJ. But here's my question. Will this drive Johnny closer to Chanel, or will the trauma be too much for their young marriage to handle? They've already been through so much. This might be the test that breaks them. The kidnapping nightmare, Stephanie's fight for survival. Okay. Let's move on to a story that is giving me serious, classic soap opera thriller vibes. We've got Stephanie Kyriakis and Jeremy Horton being held hostage by Owen Kent. This guy is obsessed with Stephanie, has been for years. And he's finally made his move. It's creepy. It's dangerous. And it's putting two legacy characters in serious, life-threatening peril. But here's what I love about this storyline. The spoilers say Stephanie is already formulating an escape plan. This isn't some damsel in distress just waiting to be saved. She's a Kyriakis. She's a Johnson. She's a Horton. She has fight in her blood. She's not going to sit quietly and wait for the men to rescue her. She's going to take matters into her own hands. Now, let's talk about the heroes emerging from this mess. We have Steve Johnson, the father of the bride-to-be, and he is not playing games. The spoilers say he finds Owen and immediately launches a physical attack. That's our patch. He's not going to wait for police procedure. He's going straight for the throat, but Owen is a manipulator. He's going to play mind games. Taunt Steve about Stephanie's whereabouts and try to throw him off the scent. This is going to be a battle of wills, and I'm here for it. But the part that really excites me is the unlikely duo forming to save the day. Alex Kyriakis and Jeremy Horton teaming up. Let's just appreciate that for a second. Alex, who is usually more concerned with his next business deal or his next romantic conquest, is going to get his hands dirty. And Jeremy, who might be in over his head, is going to have to step up and be a hero. This is classic soap opera storytelling. The unlikeliest of heroes rising to the occasion. Stephanie's escape plan, genius or disaster. The spoilers say Jeremy might try to distract Owen while Stephanie makes her move. And while that's noble, the spoilers ominously hint that this plan could end in disaster. You know what that means? Alright, it means things are going to get worse before they get better. Owen is unstable. He's obsessed. If he feels like he's losing control, there's no telling what he might do. This whole storyline reminds me of the classic Salem kidnappings of the past. It takes me back to when characters like Hope or Jennifer were put in danger, and the whole town had to rally. It's a great way to bring families together under pressure. But it's also a reminder that in Salem, danger is never far away. I just hope Stephanie's smarts and Jeremy's bravery are enough to keep them alive until Steve, Alex, and Jada Hunter can crack the case. Final thoughts and predictions. So there you have it, guys. The next 2 weeks in Salem are absolutely packed. A dead woman walking, a family torn apart by a decades-old secret, and a hostage crisis that needs a hero. It's going to be emotional, it's going to be violent, and it's going to be absolutely unmissable. Let me leave you with my predictions.